Okay, so we're back here today to have a look at Iris. We're just doing a few test pieces more than anything today. I just wanted to get a feel of what state the hull was in, what's been used on the boat, just to see if we can learn any more from it, what happens when it's in the water, whether it's sunlight that deteriorates the paint and causes the pitting, or whether it's lack of paint, or whether it's actually what's in the water. It's all unknown to us really, but you know, I feel why we've got a boat here and we can have a look. We've blasted some underneath to have a look at. We've blasted a section here and we've blasted a bit on the bow on the other side. As we look at this, so we look at the readings at the top, which would have certainly lost some microns over the years, but with sort of 203 microns, 189, 196, 242, you know, so we're averaging around 200, 210 microns, I'd say, on the whole. I've spoke to International a lot when we first set up shot blasting and epoxies. They insisted on 400 microns to form a waterproof barrier. Jotun, you know, with their products, they're not quite so concerned, and you know, they say 300. So you know, that's what we try to aim for, between 300 and 400 microns. But what is quite interesting is how low it is in the waterline. So we're down to sort of 49, 27 microns, 36. So you can see how much we've lost in paint thickness from under the waterline. That coating has deteriorated quite a lot. So you know, there isn't now enough coating on there to form a waterproof barrier, which is obviously what's causing the pitting. I mean, we've never seen that happen on our boats. I mean, the only difference is we've blasted, so we've got rid of all the mill scale. So maybe, yeah, some of it is where the mill scales come adrift, and then that's what's caused these deeper pits. But I must admit, I am a little bit shocked that the paint system itself has deteriorated that drastically in the water. I mean, the original system we used was a product called Interzone 954, which was actually designed to go onto North Sea oil rigs. So, I mean, it really does take a pounding. And that was 95% solids, so it's a very, very thick paint, and whether that sort of holds up better in the water and that, because we've had boats 16, 17 years, you know, and nothing like this. And I say the only difference is we do the shot blasting, which we know it does make a big difference, but it's stuck to the steel pretty well. So they've obviously done a reasonable job of sanding it down and preparing it before they painted, but you can see it's still it's still corroded quite badly, and you've got a lot of pitting, which isn't a problem, because what we're going to do, we're going to literally fill those with epoxy, and even because of the pits are then full of epoxy, they're less likely to get scraped out. Even if you get some damage down the side, it will scrape the thicker parts of the steel, not in the pit. So the pits will remain. You know, I'm going to put a lot of paint on this boat to make sure it's well covered. We'll probably be putting 500 microns on, just to make sure we fill these pits. So it'll be better than when it was brand new, to be fair. So I'm not worried about that. It's just interesting to see how it's, you know, on the whole, you know, you'd have thought a reputable boat builder, looks like a good coating. I'll say it's you know, I wanted to show you that, you know, the importance of getting it done. Like I said on the earlier video, you know, this This is after 4 years, so after 8 years it could be twice as bad, which is where the insurance companies don't want to insure boats. You know, they're anything above 3 mil, you know, you're going to have this job done blasted in epoxy if you're lucky, and maybe pit welding, or even worse in overplating. So, you know, it's, you know, at the end of the day, we've got to sell this boat. We're marketing it to sell it. And it wasn't meant to be a doom and gloom video, but, you know, again, you know, it just shows the importance of it. You know, what we're going to do to it, blasting underneath and the sides and that, you know, it's not going to be a problem at all. It'll be better than when it's brand new. But anybody just pressure washing this off and slapping a bit of bitumen in, you're asking for trouble. You know, it needs to be done properly. Why it's in this state? Because it's only going to get worse. We've got some video footage as well that will show you of some of the pitting underneath, which again is quite bad, but obviously that's 10 mil plate. So again, that's not the end of the world because it's 10 mil thick. You know, it is going to take a long time for it to corrode through properly. Nothing's a major problem, but, you know, at some point it has to be done properly to stop it getting any worse. So, you know, within, like I keep saying, within the first 4 or 5 years, you know, every boat needs doing. Otherwise, you run the risk of wasting your investment and losing your money. And we've got some different machines we're looking at and stuff, so, you know, the next videos might be quite interesting to see more on the difference on the shot blasting and the different grades and stuff we use. So, you know, we'll see you soon.